Greetings! This is Likamish with your PSA announcement. Smokes at Helldivers 2 is actually amazing. Tune in for the details. Smokes are some of the most underrated, underused stratagems / grenades in the game. People never recommend them. People put them in the lowest tiers and tell you that they do nothing and that they're useless, and their inclusion in the game is just to pad out the stratagem list or the grenade list. But how about I announce to you all that they're actually really useful? You're just using them wrong. Let's get into that. So, first of all, don't use them against bugs. They are a bot-specific weapon. Now, you may ask, why? I don't really know why. I think it's just a coding and pathfinding thing because bugs are melee units, and it seems like melee units have a better detection when it comes to enemies near them than ranged units. In this capture footage here, you can see a melee bot unit coming over to melee me, but I can walk completely under an ATST, a legally distinct ATST, and they don't even notice my existence. So that's the credit to my theory right there, that melee units just have a different pathfinding, a different type of detection than ranged units. So, you may ask, how is the smoke so helpful against the bots? Well, what is the main problem of the bots? Tell me. What is the main issue when fighting bots? You have no cover. In this randomly procedural generated mess of a map, you barely get any cover. You can find the smallest of rocks to try to shield yourself from the barrage of lasers, rockets, bombs, missiles, artillery. Because you gotta remember, there's a whole bunch of enemies that can knock you out of the cover. You have the gunships that can go around it. You have the God forbid, the artillery tank to shoot missiles into the air and shoot directly down your position. Warning, you are in range of the enemy artillery tank. And then you have to try to get out of that cover. And let's be honest, you can try to use those stems in your neck to try to push you on further, soldier, but you know for a fact that there's a thing called stun in this game. And you'll get stun locked into oblivion and shredded in half. So if only there was a way to increase your odds of survival. If only you could obscure those bots' vision. That's where these smokes come in. They're basically free cover, right? Where these bots don't know where you are. They'll start randomly firing into the smoke, trying to somehow find you, and usually miss. Now, of course, you get unlucky and get hit with the occasional rocket and bullets, but that's the thing. It reduces your chance of getting hit. And a lot of the times, it can allow for a free and easy escape. Just watch this footage right here. So in this footage here, I pissed off a group of bots being too close to this base. So I decided to drop some smokes and hide behind this rock, do a little bit of waiting, and then the moment it drops, boom, I start running out of there immediately. You even see a tow missile go right past me of where I originally was. But as you see, the enemies aren't chasing me. I'm not getting shot in the back. And if you look right there, they're all just sitting there. Because they're just seeing where I used to be and not where I currently am. Look at these idiots. As you see, the bots just fire. They just fire into the smoke and they don't even know that you have moved. And let's not only forget that extraction. If you just pile a whole bunch of smokes on extraction, it basically gives your team a free way towards the door. And not only that, but helps take a lot of pressure off of your team. Check out this captured footage here as well. As you see, these bots are bewildered, confused. They just saw a blur just went past them, and they have absolutely no clue that you, Helldiver, just went past them, got to extraction, and got to continue to liberate Super Earth for another day. That's the whole point of these things. You want to be able to continue to liberate. You want to be able to disperse a democratic justice across the system. This is the stratagem for you. Now, of course, you are trading a whole bunch of offensive power. Let's not get that wrong. You know, these smokes aren't going to be wiping out crowds, but what they will do is increase your survivability. Now, my fellow divers, one of the final things that makes smokes so good. I've known you've seen it before. You'll be scouting, looking into the enemy base, wondering how on earth are you going to get through all of those bots, hit the fabricators, and get your objective and get out of there. What if I tell you, diver, that you could just stack multiple smokes on top of each other? Like, as long as you're like not in the smoke, you just drop it in front of you, the bots won't even know you're there. You can just like walk past them. Okay, you don't believe me. You don't believe me. All right. Go ahead and check out this captured footage right here. Do you believe me now, diver? As you see, those bots were clueless, bamboozled. They just let you just plant a hell bomb right next to their anti-air cannon. And bye-bye orbital cannon. It is gone, and you have kept your destroyers safe from obliteration. All from a smoke. Things that people don't even consider viable. Now, why has it been so long, or why have it been that I will see level 100s be surprised that smokes are useful? Why is it the case? Why do so many divers don't know about the utility of smokes? Well, I think, personally, is because, one, most of the community are bug divers. Let's be honest. Bots are for people that want to experience Vietnam. Bugs is for people that just want to sit down and shoot through stuff for fun. And smoke isn't good at bugs. And I think it's because of that thing I've mentioned earlier about the melee detection, or the way that these melee enemies detect. But every time I put a smoke down, a charger will run through it. A ball titan will shoot through it. These bugs will just go into it. They might get lost for a second, but they'll find you rather quickly. Unlike these bots that get confused and lost. Not only that, but smokes aren't as flashy. They're not as flashy as a 380 millimeter destroying places, or the orbital napalm barrage clearing swaths of enemies, or you have the OPS, orbital precision striker rail cannon, completely abolishing a heavy unit. It doesn't do any of that. It's just smoke. But at the end of the day, smoke is what helps you complete the mission. Even if you do not notice it, and you do not appreciate it, one day you will. And this concludes today's PSA announcement, brought to you by yours truly, Leakamish. Go on outside, liberate some forces, and we'll see you all next time.